Hi, I'm Fabian Tan. I am based in the Singapore office and I'm part of our Chief Financial Officer's practice for Asia Pacific. The role of a CFO has broadened significantly since the pandemic and the subsequent impacts. Combined with the recent banking crisis, new responsibilities have been added to the finance team. For example, driving ESG initiatives, navigating the high interest rates and high inflation environment, real estate evaluation, and some even are being called to do IT transformation. Topics like capital flows, capital allocation, increased regulatory requirements, restructuring are increasingly becoming scrutinized more deeply. And CFOs have to be at the forefront of crisis management and strategic business initiatives. Because of the CFO's breadth and depth of knowledge across capital markets, all the way to finance operations, we are seeing more and more active CFOs playing at the board level, either as a director of a non-competing company or as a second sounding board to their own board of directors. Understanding the business strategy, explaining how capital is funded and allocated, and how it can be done sustainably while meeting the demands of various stakeholders is even more important given these volatile markets. Firstly, it's definitely ESG. There are really two aspects to that. One is the reporting and compliance requirements and the impact they have on balance sheet. The second is the policies that would get the organizations there. The second challenge is data management and utilization. Many CFOs are driving IT transformation projects. The issue is that there's so much data right now, and to make sure that the data is clean is so crucial so that there's a single source of truth. CFOs can combine external data to supplement the internal data for budgeting and forecasting, and that can be very powerful. The other thing is also to democratize the data so the rest of the organization can have access to them in a controlled environment so they can use them for their analysis. The first attribute is foresight. So what we see companies are doing is doing a monthly rolling forecasting plan, taking into account new indicators that are available in the market. This would help them plan better, allocate resources better, and make strategic decisions in a more thoughtful manner. The second attribute is building talent and teams. Know where your capability spikes are, where your gaps are, and how do you fill those gaps with team members. Because if you have a strong team, it gives you time to focus on strategic initiatives as well as board interactions. As an aspiring CFO, try to gain more exposure to other departments, for example, commercial, operations, HR, or even e-commerce, because this will help you gain a more holistic view of the business and understand what the other departments are facing. Try and set aside time to creatively problem solve and observe how top CFOs are doing in other industries. If you need to, find a mentor, maybe an audit chair or a former CFO, and gain an understanding of what has worked for them. The final tip is to be a great storyteller. In the finance function, you are in a unique situation to be able to access data across the business. The influence you have towards all your stakeholders is immense, only if you are able to communicate with impact.